Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the finale of Final Fantasy IV. How we feeling tonight, Nick?
There is nowhere else I'd rather be on a Sunday night right before work.
Hey, you know, I was going to say I could do a lot worse.
Than on the moon, getting ready to fight Zemus and his weird mind monsters.
Yeah, right. We pissed off a space wizard, and now we're putting this thing to bed. How was your weekend?
We had the little brother spend the night, so that was... Well, he had fun.
Cool.
No, we had a good time. He just tends to be a little bit of a handful and whatnot, but, you know.
You know, yeah, little brothers are like that sometimes. At least yours likes you.
Yeah.
My brother and I did not have any such relationship growing up.
Yeah, my brother adores me. He thinks I put the sun in the sky.
Well, you do have your own struggling YouTube channel.
You know what? I did really good with those two adopted ones. I tell you what.
That's awesome, man.
Well, when I die, that'll be my legacy. Okay, now, this was bothering me. I was thinking about this yesterday night. Weren't these guys in the SNES version called Jinryu and Kingryu?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that, but I couldn't remember their exact names, but I think you're right on that.
Yeah, I couldn't remember either, and then it came to me at a weird moment.
Like, strangely Japanese, given how the rest of that game on the SNES English version tried really hard to, like, pare it down to, like, only the most basic language so that we American simpletons could understand it.
Silver Dragon, Gray Dragon.
Yeah, right? Which is, strangely enough, what they're called right here, so I don't understand. But in any case... So let's see here. We've really only got one other boss fight besides Zemus, and that'll get us Edge's ultimate weapon, correct?
Yeah, so he can hold on to it while he spends half the matches dead.
Yeah, right, or chucking his shurikens, finally.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it wouldn't hurt to throw, you know, said sword at Zeramis.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm also gonna whip that Excalibur at him like it's nothing.
Now, are we gonna steal some dark matter from Zeramis?
We could. I mean...
I think we need at least one, because, like, doesn't one have a big negation effect on Big Bang?
Oh, does it?
I think at least one does, and then you get diminishing returns for each one you pick up after that.
I gotcha. So is it having it in your inventory that negates it, or is it throwing it?
Yes, just having it.
Oh, okay, so we want to steal it and then not throw it.
Right, just hang on to it.
I gotcha. Can do.
Alright. Now, if I remember correctly, you get to Zemus's weird mind monsters. One of them is not a threat, and the other one is totally a threat, if I remember correct.
This thing sucks.
And then there's this guy.
I just hate this a-hole.
This guy's just a damage sponge, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, let's kill one of them just to say we did it. But
just to fill up that bestiary, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm doing respectable damage to him. The problem is he casts Holy. That'll hurt. And apparently Dispel just doesn't work in this game. That is the most bizarre thing. Oh!
It works when it chooses to work. You know what? You just take as many turns as you feel is necessary, Giant Brain Man.
Well, that guy does not like Edge. That dude really does not like Edge.
Well, he's going for the weak point first.
Yeah, I guess so. Man, poor Edge. He just eats it every episode. So, oh, go ahead, Nick.
No, I was just say Cosmic Ridley has us taken care of here.
Yeah, everything's gonna be just fine. I was gonna say, what I know you said Resident Evil 7. Is that what you want to start Spoopy October with later this week?
Yes.
Excellent.
Isn't Thursday, October 1st?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tomorrow's the 30th, and then 30 days half September, right?
Yes. That's right. Okay. Yeah. That means I'll be doing bank reconciliations all Tuesday. Delightful.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, I would love to jump right into Resident Evil on Thursday.
Yeah, excellent. I am down.
Here's a question while I was in the kitchen prepping my lunch for tomorrow. Do you want to do the entire game and the DLC, since you've never seen the DLC?
I would be down for that. I mean, is the DLC any good?
it came with the gold edition.
Hey.
It's kind of hit or miss.
I know you get to play as Chris Redfield, right?
Yeah. We'll do the story-related stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for that. I love me some Chris Redfield, so.
Yeah, we can knock out, I think, most of the DLC in another episode or two.
I heard it wasn't over long.
No, it's not terrible. It's a lot of it, but most of it only lasts about an hour, except for that damn blackjack game.
Oh, okay. So Nick, what's your favorite? Resident Evil 7 is a game which is divided into sequences, as you well know. What's your favorite portion of that game?
I'm gonna have to say, because most horror games have this point where you understand how the system works.
You
and
know where I'm going with this, yeah? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, about up until you kill Jack the first time, the rest of the game is still fine.
Yeah.
It's just by that time you're getting familiar with the game. You've kind of seen some of the scares.
You're able to defend yourself. Yeah.
You don't feel as oppressed anymore.
Right. And that was exactly what I was going to say. That game has the strongest opening act I think I've ever seen in a survival horror.
Definitely.
I mean, it is just oppressive and hopeless and scary, and it's very well done.
Yeah, the molds are horrifying until you realize there's only 3 models for them.
Right. Oh yeah, the mold. Fuck the mold, the first couple of times.
But definitely its strongest act.
Yeah.
In Madhouse, it's even better because Jack just pops out of everywhere.
And you can't outrun him, yeah.
You cannot outrun him.
You've got to find creative ways to deal with him.
Well, thankfully, Jack is incredibly weak to crouching directly in front of him as he swings over your head. So I proceed to take a circular saw to his ankles.
Why I know can hit little man. Man, dude, I feel so bad for Ethan by the end of that game. They just put him through the ringer.
Right. And I just realized it all takes place over the course of one night.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He does spend a good part of that night unconscious, but yeah. It is just one night.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
Masamune! Or Masamune. I don't actually know the Japanese pronunciation.
It's okay. We're not Japanese. We don't need to know. We don't have to pretend we know.
Oh, no Japanese.
Hey! Hope you enjoy fighting palindrome bosses, huh?
Oh, go. That is a palindrome. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so you can just do that as many times as you want, huh?
He does it twice in a row.
Right.
That's his shtick.
That's his shtick. I forgot about that.
Also, Race Car is a palindrome, as is Taco Cat.
Rise to vote, sir. Do geese see
Really?
God, Nick?
What?
Do geese see God? I've always wondered that.
A nut for a can of tuna.
Oh, that's a good one. I've not heard that one in a while.
Okay, this one is highly specific. A man, a plan, a canal.
Man, a plan, a canal. Didn't Weird Al Yankovic do an entire song that was nothing but palindromes?
Well, now I don't feel so special.
Well, no one's special compared to Weird Al. I mean, come on.
I am stealing Doogie See God.
Yes, I got that from his song, so really you're stealing it from Weird Al.
See, I had to pick these up through osmosis after years upon years.
I believe if you want to look up his song, it's just called Bob, because of course.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yep. Dude, did I ever tell you the first concert that I ever went to was Weird Al Yankovic? He was doing a charity concert in Toledo.
I think you told me that back on the Legend of Zelda stream a year ago.
I just like Weird Al. He's a cool guy. He was on Game Grumps not too long ago.
What?
Yeah. I know, Game Grumps, on the one hand, I fully recognize that we are not them and never will be, but at the same time, I'm kind of jealous of their success, because they're, meeting actual celebrities and are part of the cultural zeitgeist now.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the, also one of the things that happen when you get older. You realize, well, maybe just drop him an email and he'll do something. There was another channel that was talking about this recently. Someone in Vinesauce had mentioned, so I've always admired John St. John, who is the voice of Duke Nukem.
For a second there, I thought you said John Valjean. I'm like...
John Valjean, right.
Duke Nukem starring as John Valjean.
But anyways, yeah, he just just zapped him an email, said, "Hey, big fan of your work. Any chance maybe sometime to like do a little bit of voice work for a project I'm working on?" And he zipped him a response back. He's like, "Yeah, sure. Why the heck not?"
Yeah, I'll work for peanuts. Sure.
Yeah, celebrities are people. You never know till you ask.
Right?
Masamune. There we go.
Oh my god. No, I'm sorry. I can't unthink of Duke Nukem as Jean Valjean. That would be the best Les Mis performance ever.
Those gendarmes are gonna pay for stealing my freedom.
And I'm about to kick some ass. I can't do Duke Nukem. Out of all the voices that I'm okay at, mine just sounds like a pissed off redneck.
Where are you going?
I'm going back to the save point so that we don't have to.
Oh yeah, fight
Struggle.
Yogo Pogo again.
Yeah, struggle too much
Wow,
with
we're
HP
getting
and
lucky
MP.
with those encounters.
Yeah, I know, that was impressive.
Wow, not a single hit all the
Not
way
a
back.
one.
We did equip Edge, didn't we?
Did I equip him? I might not have.
Who cares?
We have.
It's Edge.
I was gonna say we have. No, we did not. We have plenty of elixirs too for the final fight. So, all right, this is everyone's ultimate gear.
This is as strong as we're ever gonna get.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Without
unless we
doing
go
the side
pink
content.
tail. Yeah.
Yeah, either the pink tail or doing the optional GBA dungeons, which may be a fun way to revisit this down the line, but not right now. We've got other things that we want to do, and we've been working on this for months.
Yeah, I feel we've got enough episodes of this at this point.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we've been cruising the last few weeks.
Yeah. We have made a decent comeback after some like rough patches as far as like work and family schedules go.
Ugh, man, this summer, I don't even remember it occurring, quite honestly. I had a ton of money in my bank account by the time it was over, but I don't remember anything.
Hey, that'll do. You know, I was gonna say though, for a future summer that's not quite as jam-packed, we should do like a summer series. You know, like we did Indian summer this year. Like I'm thinking, like just keep it going and do like different themes. Like Wet Hot American Summer, where we do like only American developers or something like that, or Summer of Love, where we do like Catherine, or like a really off-putting dating sim.
Well, there is the KFC dating sim that just came out.
That's right. That would be a great one to have on the. There we go. It dawned on me, like, why am I running away when Edge? Can
why are you running and fighting?
Right, when Edge can just get me out of there. Before he dies. Okay, cool. I'm just not gonna bother with the death masks. Dread dragons are okay. I can deal with
They're
that.
not as bad. They have a distinct weakness.
And they're almost sure to give me a level up.
I would use a couple of those before Zeramis.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but right before the actual fight with Zeramis begins, your HP and MP gets restored, right? Yeah, by all of your party members and friends.
Oh yeah, after you get wiped out.
Yeah, so we don't have to...
Okay, I remember now. Okay, so this floor and the next floor have like dragons and stuff. It's the final floor.
That has the breath and the mind, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Some sort of Indian Zen.
Yeah, right. We'll have to try to remember which one is useless and which one is not. Because one of them is basically just free EXP.
And the other one, I think, confuses you, which has never been not dangerous.
Yeah, no, that's not what you want. The one
Especially
just,
in Final Fantasy VI.
The one just casts Scan on you, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I remember as a kid thinking, okay, so if I let him do this long enough, I'm sure he's going to do, like, the ultimate move or something like that and wipe me out. Nope. He just...
I always pictured...
Go ahead.
I always pictured him as the... remember that episode of The Simpsons where the church group hires the Yakuza to take out Marge's pita wagon in the Mafia?
Yes, I remember that.
And the short guy's just standing there, you know, and Homer's like, well, come on, he hasn't done anything yet. You know, when he does do something, it's going to be impressive.
It's going to be awesome. And then they shut the door and you hear just, yeah! Oh.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Homero. Oh, I never told you that story, did I? My Uncle Rob once had a business trip to Mexico, and he, had some time to kill, so he just went into a random bar and had a beer, and they had The Simpsons on TV, and of course it was in Spanish, but because it was The Simpsons in the 90s, it was still funny. And so Homer, it's the one where Homer tries to jump the Springfield Gorge, and he goes down the side of the mountain for the second time. My Uncle Rob is just cracking up, and this guy who's sitting with his back to the TV wonders what's so funny. So he turns around, looks at the screen, and then he looks at my Uncle Rob, and he goes, "Ah, Homero."
And between them, a complete understanding.
That's exactly right. The Simpsons is the language which transcends culture.
Oh my gosh.
Homero. Did I just get a second pair of Dragoon gloves? Wait, those are... No, never mind. No, they're the same. I thought I mentally added a second O in there. I'm like, oh, does Kane get like some secret armor? That'd be tight, but no.
Gazel whistle.
Yeah, we can summon the fat chocobo if we need to right now, but...
Oh, is that a permanent item? Nope, not dealing with this.
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna bother. Ninjutsu! Smoke!
Someone spent a long time making me.
Please.
I think.
All I want is to die. I'm so miserable. I'm vomiting my own innards.
Worst sex robot I've ever seen.
Yeah, right. Zemus seems to love it, but... Oh. Zemus is just desperately lonely. That's why he wants to come to Earth. Oh, there are 3 red dragons here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a numeral after them. I thought there was some blue dragons.
If they use a bunch of heat rays, I could be in serious trouble.
Well, you are summoning Bahamut, so that'll...
Yeah, that'll thin them out, but let's see if I have a fighting chance here. You get him, Edge.
Maybe not.
Okay, they don't seem to be doing a whole lot just yet, but... They're just attacking.
So, how far are you in your playthrough of FF6 right now with Max?
We just got to the world of Ruin.
Okay, that's what I thought. Have you had the situation yet where you've got the No, you haven't. Have you ever been in that situation where you've got the Genji glove, the offering, the Atma, and another weapon, and that character just goes,
ape shit, yeah.
Yeah, on your party?
Yeah, like they get confused, and then, like, that's it.
And then, yep,
like, oh
over.
God, why didn't I give them a ribbon? Because I wanted to have the Genji glove and offering. That's why. And now I pay for it. Yeah, I was gonna say, this was actually a pretty decent fight, and now I'm gonna get a boatload of EXP. Get him, Rydia. Alright, someone put him down.
So, if I'm not mistaken, does The Witcher come out on Netflix in November?
Either November or December.
I was gonna say, because I just found out that BoJack Horseman's getting its final season in October 25th.
Oh, is that right?
So, I was gonna say, it'd be nice if I could watch both series on a free trial.
Yeah.
And then...
Boom, 24,000 EXP, damn.
Well, that'll get a few level ups. Maybe Edge will be able to take a hit.
Actually, I think the only one who leveled up was Kane.
Must have just caught him at a good time.
Yeah. Someone posted a BoJack GIF recently that I got a really hearty chuckle out of, even though I didn't understand the context. It's BoJack sitting on the corner of his bed, and he says something like, "My life is not like a serious." It was kind of like Garfieldian. For lack of a better term. I forget what exactly he said.
Okay, can you go all the way to the left? Never mind.
Oh, I did. There was nothing over there.
Well, there's that weird platform that always looks like it's something.
Yeah, but it's not. Oh, hey, here we go. Zemus's Malice.
Okay, this is the ass kicker.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Purple Manhattan. Anyways, you were saying?
Oh, but I'm completely spacing on what the context of it was or even what he said. But it's him just sitting on the corner of his bed looking depressed. And I forget what it is, but like the way it was said was really funny. Like, my life, everything good is taken away, but like, you know, actually hilarious.
Right.
So I'll have to find it and send it to you.
I think one of my favorite BoJack quotes was, I drove all the way here, but I waved my arm around in circles out the window so the Fitbit counted it as miles.
That's awesome.
And on that note...
Gomez, Fusoya! Ooh. All I want are hugs. Please, I'm so lonely. Wow. You know,
my moon kingdom, my moon palace, and then you start fighting me in front of all my friends.
As much as they build up Golbez, his magic really does dick all here, doesn't it? I mean, look at that.
I'm assuming it's because he's some sort of all-powerful sorcerer.
Yeah. I mean, they do manage to cast a Meteo for 9999, but...
I mean, this is basically Jesus and Satan teaming up to fight Spaceman.
Right? To fight the man on the moon.
This is some sort of, like, H.P. Lovecraft, Eldian gods kind of thing.
Die try. That really... Zemus, like, implies that he really has something up his sleeve there, but all it does is kill him. I mean, granted, he comes right back, but...
Yeah, but he does die.
Now check this out, they added this one. Isn't that cool? Boom.
Hey, that's different.
Yeah, so that's not like in the regular cast. That's like the W meteor that they cast. The body dies, and then he just stops talking. The body dies. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got.
Put him all the way through that paper shredder.
Yeah, right? Holy crap. And then, plop. Oh, no dramatic last liner there or anything. Just,
shit, we really hurt him, Fasoya.
Oh my god. I thought we were just gonna teach him a lesson, and we gotta bury this body. And anyone, and thank God there's no witnesses, because we'd have to kill them too. Edge opens his goddamn mouth. All right, Edge, shut the fuck up.
We didn't see anything, guys. Okay.
Look at Fasoya's face right now, like, oh, young people, you have to die.
I am so sorry.
Golbez just pulls a knife out of his face mask. I've been saving this for a bad day.
Just close your eyes and stab.
Just like last time.
I don't know why he's Eeyore now.
Yeah, well, look at his eyes. That's why. Again, I still think Fasoya hit him just a little too hard on the giant. Golbez's eyes didn't used to wander like that, did they? I mean,
my retinas have detached.
I don't know math no good no more. Moon Prism Power! Oh. He did not transform into a
He just catches on fire.
Right. Oh my god, that spell.
Oh god, it didn't work!
I didn't cast Arise, I casted Firaga. Why? Oh man. Did you ever watch Sailor Moon back in the day? Like when it was the only anime in the West?
My parents had a big prohibition on anime.
Oh, is that right?
As a child, yes. It was something to be watched in secret.
Thought you would catch the gay?
It was just strange and foreign.
Oh, okay. I don't know, Ronald Reagan seemed to think you would be a pot-smoking hippie if you watch this. No, I mean, like, back in the day, like, on the USA Network, at, like, 6 in the morning or something, they would have Sailor Moon, and I remember getting up before school.
That.
And I would watch episodes of it then. Oh, hey, I lied. They do have that for all Meteo castings. I was just wrong. It still looks cool. But yeah, crap, I forgot what my point was there. Oh, yeah, so, like, all Transformer, like, related jokes, or, like, the 5-minute long morphing sequence every time they have to use their powers, and, yeah.
Yep.
That's where I was going with that.
Well, hey, you know, you gotta go ahead and burn that time up between commercial breaks.
Right. Only instead of, you know, sexy sailor girls, Zeromus seemed to have got the short end of that stick.
Okay, Fasoya, take it back.
Yeah, right, just hand it to fucking Fasoya. Why does Golbez have to be the one to use the crystal? Why did I give him the crystal? Also,
Fasoya, the all-knowing sorcerer. Right.
Also, why are we exclusively casting Meteor right now? Oh. I got the party has fallen, but not your party.
But they have seen better days.
So this line here, it seems to be operating under the understanding that hell is a part of the Final Fantasy IV canon.
If the moon isn't hell, I don't know what is.
Yeah, right? Elder, why is the moon turning red? Man, they really suck. Oh, I see. All hope is lost. Everybody line up and drink this Kool-Aid. Wait, shouldn't we pray for them? There is no God, children. It was all a lie.
I'm just waiting for Sid to say, no, not on my watch, and then take a 2x4 toothpick and some gum and make a ship that goes to the moon.
Right, he builds
get in the way again.
Oh, and they just kind of watch him sail off, and like after like 2 minutes, the moon just explodes. That was Sid's last solution.
His last words are yippee-ki-yay,
yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. We can have one F-bomb and still not have the game be rated M for mature, so let's use it now. Did you ever see that thing, Lord of the Rings is a PG-13 movie, so technically in all 3 movies you technically have one F-bomb that you can drop without it being rated
is that
R.
how it works?
Yeah, so PG-13 movies are allowed one fuck before they're, and if there's any more than that, it's R-rated for language.
I do know that there's a really strict censor on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You only get like, actually you're right, you get one F-bomb, you get a couple shits.
Yeah, shits are generally overlooked, and it's more like contextual. Like if it's used in like the fecal sense, it's actually worse than if someone like hits another car and says shit or something. So if it's used in anger, it's not as serious as if it's used like to be perverse.
I know there's also a limited number of gay slurs, which I'm surprised at that there is an acceptable number.
Right, yeah,
So.
exactly. I was just about to make some jokes and get into it, but I'm like, I don't want to get flagged.
Right. Neither of us purports to be good people, but
Yeah,
you know what?
I'm
We can
about
try
to
not to
start
be the worst.
dropping slurs against minorities on this channel. So the point with the Lord of the Rings thing is you're allowed one F-bomb. Where do you insert
Did
it?
they use it? Oh, when Saruman gets stabbed.
Wait, when? Oh yeah, Saruman in the back. Fuck yeah. I was thinking when Gandalf is about to fall down after the Balrog, and he says, "Fly, you
Instead
fools!"
of fly, you fools.
Fly, you fucking fools! He's just not happy to be there.
Oh, God.
Or when he's smoking weed with Bilbo at the enemy. Wait, caught the enemy? What? I didn't know that could happen. Ed, you suck.
Caught by the enemy.
Oh, caught by
We
the enemy.
established that.
But I picture Bilbo and Gandalf lighting up at his birthday party. Best weed in the fucking Shire.
Oh, God.
God damn it, Edge.
I don't know what's going on with Zaramus right now.
Yeah, he's just having a bad
Empty stomach.
It's like Homer Simpson trying to take the pen at the bank to stab that guy, and he goes, I can't do it. I can't kill a man. Because it's attached by a chain.
Yep.
Like he wasn't lamenting that he morally couldn't kill a man. He was upset because he
physically
couldn't kill a man. I can't do it. I can't kill a man. I'm willing to try this like 3 more times.
Yeah, I was gonna say do it 5, and then it's in God's hands.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't think there it is. Okay.
All right.
It's not worth casting any
buff
buffs.
first?
I don't think it's worth it because I think he opens with Black Hole,
Yeah, I think you're right.
which gets rid of all buffs. After the fight's going proper, then I can use some of those Bacchus wines and sprint shoes and whatnot, whatever I have. I will jump with Kane though, just get him in the air. All he does is throw up everywhere.
Sweet
Kane!
merciful God.
Jump! I planned on it.
Is this the floating spaghetti monster? What am I looking at here?
This is the true God. Oh. Alright, eat Fuma, you son of a bitch.
You can always rely on Japanese JRPGs to give you the most bizarre-looking final bosses.
Yeah. Now, does this move do proportional damage or direct damage? Okay, direct.
No, it just pounds the hell out of you.
Yep. Correct.
No, you're only missing one party member.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, I'm very survivable for having really only done one session of power leveling between an episode like 4 hours ago. Oh, goddamn.
Okay, there we go.
That's right, you can get some bad RNG with this fight if you're unlucky. Alright, well, there goes my shell. Damn.
Well, he wasted
why
a
did
turn
I
to do
throw
it.
instead of revive Rydia?
There's some Fume shirtons, right?
Yeah. You're right, Rydia is straight up not wearing pants, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Or like they're like assless chaps or something.
Yeah, right. That armor isn't there for defense, let's just say that.
Is this gonna be one of those fights that by the time you finally have your party stabilized, the boss dies because...
Yeah, because Kane's just jumped enough time. God damn it, you're exactly right.
No.
Alright, so half the fight's just going to be spent reviving Rydia.
Like I said, by the time the team is finally stable.
Yep. I do wish Cecil knew Protected Shell in this version. Because that was actually very helpful in the DS, was letting him cast those while Rosa focused primarily on actually healing. Huh, joke's on you. I didn't even have time to buff. Oh. Fuma!
So, what are you going to use with Rydia? Are you going to use Ashura or are you going to use
I'm gonna
Bahamut?
try to use Bahamut, but she can't seem to survive one round of casting. Yep, here she goes again. Damn it.
Well, I mean, so long as we stay at this stalemate, I guess we're okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing damage to him. That's what counts. Unless he casts Black Hole again right now, or Big Bang again right now, in which case I'd be down.
I really thought it said Big Bang.
Yeah, I was about to flip some shit.
You know, you got other moves here, Zami.
Yeah. Rydia hasn't gotten a single cast off yet, though. I guess I was just at the level before the one where she would have been able to survive. Well, there we go. Oh, god damn it. I mean, he knows what's up. He knows what he's doing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna elixir Rosa just to be safe.
Yeah,
I
you don't
want
want to be
to
caught
risk
without...
her dying to a Big Bang.
Yeah, you don't want to be caught without MP for her.
Right. And like I said, Kane, if nothing else, Kane's just gonna slowly whittle him down. I've got more than enough.
I see what you mean about Cecil. I see what you mean about Cecil being able to do protect. Don't we have an item that does that or something? Like blue curtain or something?
Oh, something
Lunar
that will cast
curtain?
shell on my whole party?
Yeah, an item.
Maybe. Let me take a
I
look.
think lunar curtain does that.
Wow. Once again, joke's on you, asshole. Unicorn
He's just
horn?
stuck in a pattern.
Right. Oh shit, what did I just do?
Why are...
Well, Rydia, now it's your time to repay the favor to poor Edge.
Now you can both die on the next attack.
Yep. You know, Rydia, if I get like a lucky hit with Big Bang, she actually could survive one, but I have not been lucky yet. Alright, here goes the Excalibur. Boom! Oh, damn. That'll do, Edge.
I think we're probably about one spoon away from winning this.
Right? If Edge survives, I'm gonna... No. And he still got Rydia! Do you believe that shit?
I guess everybody turns to healing this round.
Yep. Except Kane. Except Kane.
Kane, you're on perpetual jump mode.
Kane, you just keep doing the only thing that you're good at. Yes, sir!
How is he jumping in
Chief?
space?
Jump again, Chief? Can do. Yeah, I know, right? How
Well,
is what he's doing
jack crap,
possible?
though.
Yeah, okay, that's your one move. I get it.
Oh, okay, you're in okay shape, though.
Yeah. And look, Rydia finally survives,
Whoa!
but she's not casting. Throwing that gun there.
Rydia, I've never survived long enough to take a turn. What do I do?
Yeah, I don't know what to do with myself. He's gonna cast Big Bang again, though, and it's gonna kill her. Mark my words. Nope, flare.
This is like the one time in the game Edge becomes useful, huh?
Oh boy. Yeah, you're right. Edge is absolutely tearing this fight apart.
He's kind of carried the team.
Oh, check it out.
Yeah, just in time to steal the kill.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I would laugh so hard if this does kill him, and everyone's like, Rydia! Rydia! And Edge is just in the corner with his head down.
But you threw away my Excalibur. That's what you did, dumbass.
Meanwhile, Caden's back there like ever the consummate dragoon, like, you know, guys, I was jumping literally the entire fight, but...
And doing 2000s, I might add.
Alright. It's like at the end of the fight in FF14 when everyone congratulates the Black Mage and the Paladin, and the poor dragoon's just back there like, oh, guys, I did cast a limit break at the exact right time, but whatever, you know.
You don't get congratulated doing your job, jackass.
Ah, and again.
I miss Final Fantasy XIV.
You know, that was probably the best Final Fantasy in recent history. Which is weird to say because...
You know what? You're not wrong.
I mean, since FF12, I mean, it really is the best offering. So long, Rydia.
Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised how well
oh, crap.
Final Fantasy was able to...
Okay, we're in trouble, but we're not totally lost yet.
Now I'm going to use Big Bang. Ho, ho, ho.
Let's just make sure Rosa survives, and at that point we can just slowly rebuild. There we go. Okay. So now Edge and Cecil are back.
Kane, but
yeah, it's okay. We'll come to Kane. Just have to take our time. There we go. Okay, and we're back. We're back.
I don't know if that shaking counts as a move or not.
Right? You're a piece of shit, Zeromus. Nobody likes you.
How many Big Bangs can you do before you tear a hole through the fabric of space?
He's intent on finding out. Edge is officially out of stuff to whip at him. Like Edge has nothing.
Guess he'll have to go back to using ninjutsu.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't it be funny if Blitz does like 9,000 on him?
Ha!
Oh crap, Rosa's dead. That's not good.
Doesn't this hit random people?
Maybe. It's not like a full-on meteor, but it can still, if you get unlucky, it can still hurt you. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
What?
That was awesome. Maybe that's what the dark matter negates? Yeah, keep those coming, Zeromus. That's fine.
I don't know. The RNG is going to catch up.
Yeah,
Maybe
I know.
this is the RNG catching up with all the Big Bangs.
Yeah, right. I am going to pay for this. That's for damn sure. But, you know, once again, for having not really gone to great lengths to level up, we're doing all right.
Will we beat it before the 17-hour mark? That is the question.
Right? Or better yet, will Rosa ever get to cast a Kiraja again? Not gonna take chances here.
And will Rydia ever get the 7th Dragon Ball so she can summon Bahamut?
Right? Oh god, I have nothing to throw at him. Edge, quick. Cast haste on everybody.
Couldn't hurt.
Watch, it kills Kane. It killed Kane. This fight is slowed to a crawl without him being able to jump. Well, thank God Edge is now faster.
Now he can be useless twice as quick. I feel like he's in his death throes at this point.
Yeah, he's just flailing, like, constantly. But I mean, poor Kane. Wouldn't it suck, like, one of these meteors is, like, a real deal and it does straight 9s to my whole party?
The only one who seems to be taking the damage is Edge.
Yeah, it's because Edge has no magic defense, ever.
I see. Yeah, I was just saying, maybe just pop an elixir on Kane, get him completely healed up.
Kane's fine. I mean, let's just get him in the air. Let's just get him in the air.
Guys, you okay? I'm pretty sure we just took a meteor to the party.
Multiple, as a matter of fact. You know, I don't want to jinx it, but is it possible he forgot how to do Big Bang? Like, did I knock something loose in there? And he doesn't, and now he don't cast meteors so good.
This whole game is like a big warning about taking proper precautions when you get a concussion.
Yeah, like, ready up, ready up, ready up.
Down he goes.
Down goes Frasier. Well, Nick, we did it.
Yeah, the world has been saved by, from Zaramus' hatred.
By Rydia, and no one else. Now all the parties, like, approaching. Like, up until that point, they were just letting Cecil do all the work. Oh, yeah, get him, guys. Golbez and Fusoya were faking. Oh, I feel better now.
Such great timing. I was waiting for Smokey the Bear to come up behind him and just empty a pail of water.
Yeah, right. Better yet, he shovels him like Jack style from Resident Evil 7. Smokey the Bear. And then he walks away without saying a word. Oh, man. Yeah, that was actually kind of a great fight because I was just low enough of a level that, you know, there was some tension there.
Kept it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have, like, doubled down on Big Bang and really have wrecked my world, but
I think the way his RNG works is he can't do 2 consecutive Big Bangs.
Okay.
I think.
Well, guys, I got all this weed in my pocket that I haven't smoked yet, and I was saving it for a bad day. Thanks, Edge.
How do we get off the moon?
Yeah, right. Well, baby, we'll make the Earth come to us. What? That doesn't make any... Just smoke this. Oh, man. That would be so hilarious. Like, everyone's, like, carrying Rydia on their shoulders. Rydia! Rydia! Except Edge. Wait a minute. I love how he says it in this translation. That just sounds so... May I... Like a school kid who's afraid to ask to go to the bathroom. May I use the restroom? You wish to come. Yeah, I really can't go back to Earth. They don't want me there no more.
And, you know, Fusoya, I hear the moon doesn't have an extradition treaty with the world.
Right. We ran a very aggressive campaign while we were taking the crystals. There were posters made with my face on it. I mean, it was... There is no place I can go where they wouldn't know who I am and what I did. Later, buddy.
Goodbye. Golbez will now walk free from all of his crimes and face no punishment for his actions as the sole perpetrator of war on all 4 kingdoms.
The reason Cecil's been so quiet is he's been debating stabbing him or not. At the last minute, he decides to go through.
I'm waiting for the Dwarf King to come in, and we have a jurisdictional dispute about who gets to take him in.
Right. Clearly Eblin, or not, yeah, no, Eblin. Eblin has, either Eblin or Damsian.
Miss Cydia, they can at least get off with blaming Cognazio.
Yeah, I was gonna say...
Unless they flip Cognazio, right? I was only following orders.
Right. We only
Golbez
did
is on the phone.
We only did what we were told. Oh God, this just got dark.
Golbez, Cognazio, we need you to do us a favor, all right?
We need you to take the blame for this thing.
We need you to dig into the Cecil family there. Help the campaign out, you know? Do us a solid.
Oh my God. Wait, is this recording? Who gives a shit? I'm above the law. Oh man, I could stand out in the middle of Baron and shoot somebody. They'd still give me the crystals.
It'd still make me king.
Right.
Oh my god.
You know, this is the only politics I'll talk this evening, but if it were any, like, if this were a movie, that would be the punchline, you know, where, like, the Will Ferrell character is like, I'm too big to fail, you know? I don't need to worry about what I say on this call with international leader. I'm the president of the fucking United States. I can say whatever I want. And, you know, that would be the part where, like, you know, they flash forward and he's like, oh, man, I lost everything so quickly. But because this is reality, which is stranger than fiction, here we are.
Because this is reality, Biden loses legitimacy as a candidate, Warren gets the nomination, and the Democratic Party loses completely and utterly in 2020. Yep. but enough of that. This world's been saved.
Yep, that's why we play video games, Nick, to escape our troubles. Final Escapism 4 is now complete. I love this ending. This is one of my favorite Final Fantasy endings. It's just kind of that classic, like, if you've ever seen, like, what's a good example? Animal House, like, right at the end where John Belushi goes, hey, everybody, we're gonna get laid! And then it just does, like, the Where Are They Now montage. That's what this ending is. And
9 kind of had something similar.
Oh, 9 was wonderful too. 9 did it better, but FF4 did it first.
9 can do no wrong in my eyes.
No, 9 is an excellent game. And actually, now that I have the PS1 and the adapter, we can actually play that game respectably.
Well, I've also got it on Steam, so...
See, I don't like the, I mean, if you'd like to play through it, and lead the way, that would be just fine with me. But if I'm playing it, I would prefer the PS1 original, because, for some reason, the PS4 and Steam versions just don't feel right to me. I think it's that they removed the 360-degree movement, maybe, like, just the pacing, if that makes any sense. Like, the way that the music syncs with the game is just a little off. I don't know. I'm being picky.
2 points. 2 points. One, I do like the Steam version because it's got the boosters, which you never knew how nice they were until you're in your 15th battle in Grismaluke's grotto fighting the same damn skeleton. Point number 2, the PC version, it's actually possible to impress all 100 nobles and Queen Braun during the sword fight.
Really?
Did you know that there's a big difference between the Japanese version and the American version there?
No, I thought FF9 was where they finally started to get it together as far as those things go.
Well, it was a technical glitch. I forget how it goes, but there is like a counter problem. So it had to do with region locking. Like every second in time for the Japanese version was actually 0.75 seconds for the American version. And that's why it was so much more difficult. It was on a completely different timer.
Oh, no kidding. I did not know that.
Yeah, because all these posts popped up online, like, why is this so easy now? And they're like, because this is actual Japanese port.
Huh, no kidding. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be difficult, I guess. That's funny. Okay, yeah, I mean, if when we do that, come to that, I know we've got a couple other projects ahead of us,
just
but...
change the channel's name to Final Fantasy, the series.
Or maybe do, like, Final February or something like that.
Oh, boy, it's going to be Final 2020. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right. Oh yeah,
that's a long game.
FF9 is substantially longer than anything we've done on this channel thus far. I mean, like you said, we're practically speedrunning FF4, but...
Right.
I gotta say, I did impress myself a little bit. I'm not sure if there's been too many situations where I've come in under the 20-hour mark. Granted, this was like a no-frills playthrough, but...
Duke Consort, what?
Yeah. They just invented the title to make him happy. Yang is kind of a bumbling idiot, and so it's like assistant regional vice manager or something.
General manager of the kingdom.
On the one hand, he's really strong and useful to have around. On the other hand, we're not going to put him in charge of the national treasury or anything like that. Wow. You know, a lot of these survivors were not present the first time we came to this castle. Like...
These are squatters who came here.
Yeah, right. Damkian is in the midst of a massive immigration boom, and the few surviving citizens aren't happy about it.
Oh, we're losing our cultural identity.
We gotta build the damn wall, Prince Edward.
Oh, Lord.
The game ends with him being unelected. It ends well for everyone but Edward.
It just becomes this horrific alt-right symbol.
Yeah, right. Oh, God. Now that's almost as good as when some of the DLC for Final Fantasy 15 included the phrase alternative facts.
What?
So in one of the later chapters of the game, in FF15, the party splits up and you just play as Noctis for a little bit. And then there was a DLC episode where you got to see the same event from the other party members' point of view. And they find like this massive information like war room where the Empire was, feeding false information to their people to justify the invasion of Insomnia and all of that good stuff. And Ignis makes the line, he goes, probably just part of the Empire's alternative fact machine or something like that. Just a throwaway dig at Trump, which I appreciated, but at the same time, it is a Final Fantasy game and it felt really forced. But
Hey, you know how they like to be up with the American pop culture. I mean, good lord, did you see how many weird iterations of Obama they threw into random Japanese stuff?
That's very true. We've already talked about this too, but
no,
that dirty comic with him and Hillary and Kim Jong.
The Obama, Hillary, Shinzo Abe.
Oh,
Abe,
yeah, that's right, Shinzo Abe. Yeah, now we are brothers in sex. Yeah.
Oh, God.
We are brothers in sex. The greatest line ever. Like
12 years later, that's still stuck in my memory, just like a burr in the foot.
Right.
Sometimes completely stripped of context. That's all I hear.
Well, and I learned about it from a Cracked article, and then immediately had to like Google it just to like
top 5 comics Obama has appeared in.
Yeah, right. Like read the whole comic just to like get the maybe there was some cultural context or something that I'm missing. No, it was just like this straight up best written like porn comic ever. Now we are brothers in sex.
Is this how we're gonna finish Final Fantasy
That's
4?
how we're finishing one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh god, no.
Oh man. Wait a minute. The moon. It's seceding. Man, Damsian just isn't what we thought it was anymore. We're gonna float away. Do you remember how freaking long this scene took in the SNES?
Yeah, I thought the game had just ended and there would be no credits.
I actually thought it crashed like once or twice as a kid. I'm like, what? Like, I don't see anything wrong with the moon. You guys are on drugs. I was like mashing A trying to figure out. Yeah, and now it's done. See, they let it mercifully end right there.
Remember, the moon does not have an extradition treaty with the Earth.
Right. All you can hear is Golbez yelling out, "I don't know how to drive this thing." Oh, man. I don't know why I'm thinking of this either, but you remember the episode of Seinfeld where Newman is driving his mail truck, singing "Once, Twice, Three Times a Lady"? It just bursts into flames because someone was littering on the highway that Kramer was in charge of cleaning.
Oh, I'm trying to remember the context of that.
So Kramer adopted a highway.
It was the highly flammable paint remover, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was something under his mail truck, like a sewing machine that someone just threw out.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it was Elaine. And then he hit it, and it sparks under his mail
That's
truck,
right.
and it shoots up in the flame. Oh, the humanity! That in short is how I picture Golbez's space voyage going.
Once, twice a Lunarian.
He steers it like straight into the sun. Oh my god, why did I let Golbez drive? He grew up on Earth. Why did I think any Lunarian could drive the moon?
Well, they're only out, for all we know, 2 Lunarians. The whole moon gets destroyed.
Yeah, while we were on the moon, I noticed a conspicuous absence of any other of these Lunarians. We can only assume that Zemus was successful in his genocide. if that's what he was indeed doing.
I mean, if the moon's gone, doesn't that wreak havoc with the tidal waves and night cycle?
We still got the other one.
Just these horrible hurricanes and typhoons begin spawning and
oh my
tornadoes
gosh.
everywhere.
We were so much better when Golbez was president.
Why did we let the moon secede?
Wouldn't it be great too here, like Palom sits in his throne and Cecil like motions to one of his guards. He is immediately drawn into the dungeon.
Zero tolerance policy.
Yeah, right.
If I show any tolerance at all, it would not be zero tolerance.
Yeah, Cecil is a very no-nonsense king. His first day is... We made this joke earlier in the series, didn't we?
I think we did.
Cecil claims his throne by blood. Like, after they come back from the moon, what they don't show you is there was a very bloody struggle that ended with Cecil getting the throne. So now he can't afford to show weakness.
Yeah, you know, because, you know, the world's looking for leadership here. You know, Sid had to have built him all sorts of zany war machines, too.
Right. Yeah, Cecil launches an extremely aggressive new campaign for the crystals. Oh, man, who would have thought that the worst monster was the younger brother? Well, on that note, Nick, what are your thoughts of this game? 25 plus years late. How old is this game? What do you think? 1992? So, yeah.
Oh, Lord. We're coming up on 30.
Yeah, 27 years old. And still enjoyable to me. Like, it's certainly basic by modern standards. And
some things are a classic. Some things are timeless. This is definitely one of those timeless games. This is, I think, just as much fun to play now as it was almost 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah. And you know, you look at the names on the list here. You got Nobuo Uematsu, Yoshitaka Amano, Hironobu Sakaguchi. I mean, this really is the A-team of Final Fantasy. Not that the newer guys haven't done anything respectable. Like I said, we both very much enjoyed 14 and 12, and it's the re-release of 12 was actually better than the original. They're still doing good stuff with the series, but you know. When you think about...
But this is where the legends cut their teeth.
Yeah, exactly. In 1992, when this came out, the names that you're seeing on this list, they weren't there. It was just like, 12 Japanese guys in basically like a working basement, creating like a new Final Fantasy every year or two, and they were all drastic improvements on the ones that came before them. It was phenomenal. So yeah, I mean, it was not only like a simpler time, like in our life because we were kids, but like the leaps and bounds of gaming as a developing industry and like what was possible with the SNES that wasn't possible on the NES, like you
would also have all of your talent concentrated. I mean, if you wanted to make games, you worked for Nintendo,
Yep.
You didn't have all these different companies. You didn't have the ability to just strike out and make your own game. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yep. And, before Nintendo was like an empire that owned like half the entertainment industry in Japan, I mean, yeah, it was just a different ballpark. And I think on the one hand, nostalgia kind of sucks because you get stuck in the past and you like, I know for me, like I don't tend to see the value in new genres or franchises. Like we've joked quite a bit about like PUBG or Fortnite or something, but that's getting a whole new generation into gaming, and I'm just not a part of it at all because I'm playing games from 1992.
The way I look at it is be thankful. Nope. Oh.
What's up? You still there, buddy?
Okay, wait, are you still there? I cut out.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You didn't cut out on my end.
Oh,
be thankful is what I last heard.
Be thankful that we were lucky enough to be there when all of this started.
Yeah.
And can say, we saw it at the very beginning.
Yeah, for real though.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, me too. And like I said, like I don't think with this game in particular and a few others, it's not just nostalgia. Like these are fun games to play, despite the fact that they're 27 plus years old and don't have a lot of the complexity or what's the word I'm looking for? Depth, maybe, of some modern games. What they lack in that, I think they really make up in replayability. I don't get tired of going back and revisiting this story, and even though there's no surprises gameplay-wise, it's still just a fun experience, and it's self-contained enough, too, that...
I also like the fact that when games were this small, I feel like it had, I don't want to say more spirit, but it had a more defined personality.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm not saying that games nowadays are devoid or soulless, but... You know, you do have a whole department working on belt buckles, a whole department doing boss battles, another one works on the combat engine, and they don't talk to each other.
Right.
You know?
Well, it's designed by committee, but that committee isn't the actual game developers. They're the business department. Like, what is selling right now? What's going to turn a profit? Because games are a multi-million-dollar... Yeah.
It reminds me of the Electro fight from Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Which cost like $10 million to make, went on forever, and was just kind of boring.
Yeah. So basically, they develop them these ways because, like, the reason there's so many Fortnite clones out right now is because that's what's making money. Yeah, exactly. So,
and we don't have to think; we just have to reinvent the wheel.
No. And here it was like kind of the polar opposite. Like, video games were such a niche form of entertainment that they could afford to, you know, just throw technology at the wall and see what people like and what they don't. And because you didn't blow $1 million+ making the game, you know, you could afford to take some risks. And when we think of Square Enix today, we certainly don't think of a company that takes a lot of risks.
Well, there wasn't all... I mean, there's always a drive for profit, but it's not...
Yeah, certainly.
It wasn't like every game needs to yield 10 times its production value. I mean, remember Resident Evil 7? Someone had said it was a commercial failure according to Capcom because it only sold 7 million copies.
Oh my god. Can you imagine?
Yes, I can imagine, because this is Capcom we're talking about.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, can you imagine, like, you yourself ever being in a scenario with someone coming... This was, like, one of the most critically acclaimed games of the years. It sold 7 million copies. It needs to do better. Like I would lose my motivation as a worker, you know? Like, because what can you do at that point that's good enough?
Well, it revived a lot of enthusiasm in the series as well,
Oh,
too.
yeah, absolutely. So, like, to the populace that loves video games, it was a tremendous success. But how can you be that big of a success and still be a financial failure? That wasn't a problem in this era of gaming. And as a result, we got some really weird, quirky games that were just a lot of fun. And even Final Fantasy, which is, you know, the grandpappy of the JRPG now, it didn't take itself seriously at all until the PS2 era. I mean, like, the SNES and PS1 games, like, they were filled with, like, weird off jokes and, like, side quests that made no sense and just other random things because it was what they felt like throwing in there. It's like you said, they had more personality.
Kind of like a no, it's a bad analogy.
Well, while you're thinking of that, the last thing that I'll say is you mentioned also kind of the size of the game and it being self-contained. The PS4 has been a remarkable generation for RPGs. Like, I've really enjoyed The Witcher. I really enjoyed the new Dragon Age. I really enjoyed Persona. So I've been playing these awesome RPGs, and it kind of feels like an SNES renaissance almost. But I realize I haven't replayed any of those because they're 100-hour-plus commitments. Even Dragon Quest XI, which I think is probably my favorite RPG of the PS4 generation, and probably one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I have no plans to dive back into that anytime soon because I just don't have the time to spend on it. Whereas Final Fantasy 4 through 9, yeah, I have 20 to 40 hours over the course of a couple of weeks to spend enjoying an old familiar story that I really love.
Weird how these things work, huh?
Yeah, it is. Well, like, on the one hand, it's great that they're giving me my money's worth. On the other hand, I could do with maybe just a smidge less so that these games that I really invest myself into and love so much, I can actually revisit down the road. Because it would suck to like start Dragon Quest XI again, get really sucked into the characters, and realize, wow, there's all these new games out that I have yet to play, and now I'm in the middle of a 150-hour RPG that I really don't have time for because I'm an adult now.
At least the fights in Dragon Quest XI were not random, and that you could actually, yeah,
wonderful game.
Well,
And the definitive edition just came out for the Switch, so who knows? Maybe that'll be sooner rather than later that I revisit it.
Wait a second. This wasn't no half hour. This was a full episode.
This was a full... Chris, you lied to me.
Yeah, this is a little more than a full episode.
Well, next time on Play the Hits, Nick recovers and walks us through Resident Evil 7. We will see you then for Spoopy October month, everybody.
Look forward to it.
See you next time, buddy.